Hey there. Welcome to the first episode of my Let's Play Disco Elysium. So I've played this game before, back when it came out. Uh, it was kind of a really bad time in my life, and I played like the perfect nice guy who stayed sober. Not perfect, but yeah, and friendly, empathetic, rational, that kind of character. And I got the best ending. And since then, they've done a ton of updates. They've added a narrator who reads most of the stuff, or I guess everything now, instead of me having to read it, which is probably good for you because you get to hear a nice, sexy voice actor read it. Um, but yeah, I want to make instead this time we're going to be um, kind of an authoritarian brute. He's going to be an asshole. He's going to be all about ingesting all the drugs and all the alcohol at all times. So it'll be completely new for me. We should get lots of different dialogue. I mean, the game's funny, thought-provoking. I mean, it's one of my favorite games ever. It is so good. I cannot recommend it highly enough. But yeah, so let's get into character creation. I just did a let's play of LA Noire, and it really put me in like a detective mood. So I don't want to be as let's see. I want to be agile. I want to have good physique, and I want to be well. See, it sucks because you want everything. I don't want to be average across the board. I don't know if I care too much about being agile. I care about psyche. Here, let's actually look. Let's look. The next page, because then we get an idea. So, right, okay, so we have to go psyche. Our power to influence others, how well my body is built. We want those two. Intellect is our capacity to reason. We don't really care about that, because we're going to be an asshole. And so I guess it'll go physique, psyche, or priority, motorics, and then intellect. So, oh boy, are we bottoming out intellect? I don't think 5 is really necessary in my experience. If we do that, that's great physique. I think we'll do that. We'll do good physique, good psyche. Ah, and we have an extra point. Do we want weak or do we want terrible? I hate that it makes me feel like since we're on good and average, we want to go to 5 on those, but that's fine. We'll be good psyche, good physique, and average motorics. We want to be able to intimidate and manipulate people while also having the physical strength to back it up. So we get a signature skill. I can read these to you guys if that's interesting. I mean, it would be to me. We'll just go through them. Logic. Well, I'm not going to do any of these at the top, but I'm still going to go through all of them. Logic. Wield raw intellectual power. Deduce the world. Encyclopedia. Call upon your knowledge. Produce fascinating trivia. I'm going to miss that. It's fine. You know, there's so much dialogue in this game. And little things like you will never get all of it. And I've already got all the smart person dialogue through my first playthrough, so I'm excited to see a different aspect. Rhetoric. Practice the art of persuasion. Enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Well, that is not our character. Our character is a brute. Drama. Play the actor. Lie and detect lies. Conceptualization. Understand creativity. See art in the world. Visual calculus. Reconstruct crime scenes. Make the laws of physics work for the law. Oh, they've got an extended description, but I'm not going there. Volition. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. Inland empire. Hunches and gut feelings. Dreams and waking life. Empathy. Understand others. Work your mirror neurons. Authority. Intimidate the public. Assert yourself. Esprit de corps. Connect to Station 41. Understand cop culture. Suggestion. Charm men and women. Play the puppet master. Then we got the physical attributes. Endurance. Take the blows. Don't let the world kill you. Pain threshold. Shrug off the pain. They'll have to hurt you more. Physical instrument. Flex powerful muscles. Enjoy healthy organs. Electrochemistry. Go to party planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Raise the hair on your neck. Tune into the city. Shivers. Sorry. I was reading something else. Half-life. Half-light. Let the body take control. Threaten people. Hand-eye coordination. Ready, aim, fire. Perception. See, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. Reaction speed. The quickest to react, an untouchable man. Savoir-faire? It's a French word, I'm guessing. Sneak under their noses. Stun with immense panache. Interfacing. Master machines. Pick locks and pickpockets. Composure. Straighten your back. Keep your poker face. So I keep debating in my mind whether to go to 5 on these. I just don't know if it's necessary. Like, it would make sense for our guy if he is physically fit. He should have some hand-eye coordination, some perception, some reaction speed, things like this. I want to go full ham on these, but I just got to get over it. We have 1 on intellect. We're already going hard on it. It's fine. So our signature skill, perhaps to be in tune with how drug-induced everything will be. Drug-fed. Might be electrochemistry. Threaten people. Let the body take control. Alright, that'll be our signature skill. And here it starts.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I want to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyssopelagic zone.
No, I want to get off now. I like the pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me. True that.
Do you really?
I do. Let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Tell me, what's waiting for me?
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
How big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about. What's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
That sounds like something I would like to do. Let's go.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion.
No, I am not scared. I am a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help someone, my head. Or help someone, cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Open your eyes. Got flare-cut trousers.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Fish them out.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Cassette case. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Disco-ass blazer. Very nice. You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. A white satin shirt.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
I don't care. Still wipe the mirror.
Behold, you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I'm not making it. The face is making itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, keep making the face.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
It's an expression of pain. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. Suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. God, I don't know. It's indescribable. Superstardom. We're going to say, I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies.
Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens.
No one tells me what to do.
That's right. Not even yourself. Go ahead, try something. It's not an order.
Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. Takes 13 encyclopedia.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Attempt to stop the expression from happening.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Let the mirror be for now.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Attempt to grab the tie.
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. This is
Grab your
bad.
chest.
Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time, still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying.
Pull on the fan.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Pull on the light bulb.
Terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact.
Bring it on.
Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable.
We get to reattempt the tie check. Grab the tie.
Oh no, it's happening again. You didn't catch it, and now there's a numbness in your left arm, plus half your chest.
Grab your arm.
It's even worse this time. Maybe you should stop trying to catch the tie. Still happening. Definitely worse than the last time. Finally, the stabbing recedes. You could try doing it again to see how painful it gets, but you would probably die.
We'll have to get our tie later. Fail the fucking 83%. Nice. Leave. Green shoe, left foot.
Hello, officer.
The calendar says it's March. The year is 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Classy? Classy. Miss Orangey Disco Dancer.
Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer? I'm military personnel?
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Wait. I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Okay. Chief Technical Officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
Goddamn right I'm a policeman, and don't you fucking forget it.
Okay, cool. I won't.
She means it. She wouldn't defy authority, however sweaty and bloated it may look.
Good. Now how did you know I was a police officer?
First, I have to ask. Are you okay, sir? You look like you're about to throw up. Can I bring you something?
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth. But you can keep it down because your body does not control you.
It's a small wonder I'm able to even formulate this very thought, but I'll be fine. How did you know I was a cop?
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it.
What kind of business?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Suggestion challenging. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically.
Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this?
I'm at death's door, bloated, a goner, and still. Does the longing ever stop?
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
She puts out her cigarette. Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Before you go, I have some questions for you.
Yes?
What is this place? Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Should that mean something to me?
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Tell me, is it the year 51 now?
It's 51.
What century?
The current century?
And what's that? What number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
Well, how many centuries have there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
She grins. What's so funny?
You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Your room is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last night?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
Loud disco music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing. like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time you were yelling along to it.
Was I singing this? Show her the empty case of the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Saint-Saëns, Saint-Saëns, Saint-Saëns. Some French shit.
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
When you say wounded, do you mean like in a cool way? Like a wild beast?
Yes, it was very cool.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
It prized me to hear this. Tell me, was there more?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it.
All right, you can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
The what now?
The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants smokes.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
But she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Or you could not do that. No one is making you.
Yes, I should do that. I should I'll make it priority 1.
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking then gives massive bonuses.
Oh, really? I'm gonna knock on her door.
The door is closed.
Try the
This
handle.
door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me.
The door is mute and indifferent. Your despair is a joke to it.
Knock again.
Still no answer.
Knock again. Much harder.
Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Fucking whore.
That felt good. Everyone is a whore. Now punch a hole in the door. Don't. Everyone is a whore. What does that even mean? Breathe in and walk away.
Punch the door.
You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts. This was all a very good, normal thing to do.
This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Alright, I need to look up how to quick save. Is there such a thing? Yes, F5. Summer door closed for the winter. This is where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Is my soul immense or is my soul puny? My soul is puny.
Of course, like a small animal that only comes out at night. All it needs is to be heard through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
Of course, they'll really get a gauge on my soul with that one.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic, small church song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Finish the thought. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Somebody is working. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. Let's speak with the bartender.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
So not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
What did I do?
What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
I do not appreciate your tone. This is no way to talk to an officer.
Oh, it's not?
He raises his shoulders like he's about to say something more, but then he gets a hold of himself.
You're right. It's not.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you a representative of that law. He tries to avoid outright conflict.
Look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
What happened to the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Again with that insubordinate tone?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference exactly?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
Leave. A sign reads, Mess Hall reserved for Union members. Doors open at 1600. This Royal Pinball machine is unplugged. So we'll talk to the lady in the wheelchair first.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Hold on. Who is he to me?
He is your half-brother.
Shake his hand. I might be an authoritarian dickhead, but I still am a cop.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Conceptualization, medium, invent a name for yourself.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
It is not yet time.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean him? Nod toward the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I am aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
Yes, I have.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Completely.
Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean? Point to your sleeve.
Yes.
But they're just white rectangles.
They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Shouldn't I have a badge or something? Check your pockets.
You mean you don't have a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
What were we supposed to do again?
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
But I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that, so cigarettes will have to do.
Let's go.
After you, officer.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
The lieutenant nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie?
Does that mean you like me?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know, but there are also side mysteries. Sequence killers, forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why not? 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair accessible place, you see.
Oh,
I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
that's so fucked up. You seem to be in a chair.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
Wow. God. I am not easily offended. It's not offending me. It's just like, wow, this is so fucked up to even ask people. What is a paraplegic? I already know that. Could I become a paraplegic?
I hope not. Although the work you are doing for all of us is quite dangerous.
Her eyes glitter with admiration as she looks up at you.
Towering over her in your insignia, you make her feel safe.
Somebody has to do it. Nod grimly.
But not you. You're volunteering. So thank you, sweetie.
So you volunteered sometime in the past for the beatdown and hell of bullets? So very you.
Thanks for clearing that up for me. Let's move on.
No problem.
She nods, smiling up at you behind her glasses.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
I don't know if you noticed, but I don't know where I'm from, what I'm doing, or anything really.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
A war zone at the edge of the world.
It does still look like that in some parts of the city, doesn't it? We are in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, dear. And the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
Okay.
Yes, and
Honest,
Revachol?
honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Sure. It's the, well, there's some funny answers here. Sure, it's the year 973.
You're joking. Try again, one more time. What year is it?
It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am.
There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
I'm just going to read them all because they're funny. Some kind of democracy, maybe? Or I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners and women. That's just gotta be it. Cop. We are living under the cop regime. All right, radios and women.
No. Nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you.
All right, so we're gonna be fucking racist and sexist. That's amazing. If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So, how did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
What is the revolution that you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it.
But
This was
I'm
42 years ago.
a cop. Whatever it was hasn't stopped me.
Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Do you know who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She nods at the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Okay, I gotta get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Alright, I'm gonna end the episode. Oh, let's check out everything else in here and then we'll end the episode. And then go outside. Next episode. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful, dark liquid is spilling out. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads, Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Lieutenant, who is this?
No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor.
But why is he sleeping during the day?
Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping.
Take the pills.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
Physical instrument challenging. Wake him up.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
I can't yell. It's late at night. Wake up. This is an order. I am the law.
Why the yelling, man?
The 30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look. You're alive? You looked out for the long count there.
Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer?
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police. More than they usually do, at least.
See anything interesting in your dreams?
Thank God, no.
Was it a fathomless darkness into which we ought to be deferred like corpses to a mausoleum?
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir, but when I'm out, then I'm really out. No corpses, no mausoleums, just quality time.
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection.
Tell me about Wild Pines. Point to the writing on his overalls.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's that going?
How's it going?
He stares at the cafeteria's glass doors. Some fingerprints glisten on the glass.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
I've almost never been outside of this building.
Good. We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines. For one, I could use some more shut-eye in the mornings. Right to work, right to sleep, I say.
Well, why are you sleeping here while the others are out striking?
Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. I just getting some sleep. Or was.
The way he says measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess. He seems like a worthy rival. You should slay him.
Who's behind the organization of the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no leader?
Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the Union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
What's up with the dead body in the yard?
Yeah, what about it?
You seem cool with it. Do you have many of those hanging from the trees here?
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
Someone has to look into it. Looks like I'm that someone. Tell me what you know.
I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
You have a pretty solid feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be cautious here.
The trouble's already here, or else would you call a dead man hanging from a tree?
They say your guy was a killer. Your tree man. He has friends, same as him, killers. There's only one thing they know well. How to wreak havoc.
Wait, who says that?
Everyone. It's a local rumor.
Are you saying things might get violent around here?
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook. So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
Is that yours? Point to the bottle of the spilt rum.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
Alright, I'll let you sleep.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
Okay. This has been something so far. Really, this game is just amazing, truly. Anyway, we'll go outside on the next episode. Thank you for watching.